Unless she becomes like Hibiki and starts to learn more about trains.
枕ねえ。なんだ、いないのか。あれ、今日もいないのか。少し待ってみるかな。
So Tetsu, you do realize you live with her, right? You know you can just go to her room or something.
おかしい。一週間も会えんとは。
We haven't promised to meet. I'm just coming here on my own. We did see each other during the day, and our conversations are pretty typical.
しかし、どうにもしっくりこんな。
I should talk with Makoto about the steam shochu during her night rounds. I thought we had a thing going on recently. Pressed footsteps, muffled breaths. I sensed someone glancing around.
来なきゃ来ないで寂しかとね。
誰が来ないと寂しいのだ。
Boo! I come out from behind the tank. Why were you hiding? Who else could come here other than fucking Makoto? I thought she'd be surprised, but Makoto just shows a troubled smile.
なんでそうちゃんこそこそと。
こそこそせねば会えぬものかと思ってな。
ゾギャンコツ昼にはいくらも顔合わせとるし。
まあ、それはそうだが。
At least, if they've been coming here at different times, it's been intentional, alright? Don't have it be an accidental thing. Now that she mentions it, I'm getting confused myself. If I just wanted to talk, I could just talk in the morning, after work, or any other time. Yeah, you could.
しかし、やはりしっくりこんのだ。ここでの方が落ち着くし、深く話せるようにも感じて。
Or you could have just, gone to her room and done that too. Makoto's expression twists in a strange way, as if she's smiling to hide some kind of pain.
まあね。
ここしばらく、なぜ僕を、いや、ここでこうして会い、話すことを避けていたのだ。
それは。
After a brief silence, Makoto opens her sealed lips.
一つは隠しときたかったからばい。
隠す？
うまいこといくかわからんかったけん。
Whip. She fills up a cup and hands it to me. I smell the rich fragrance of liquor and rice. Just from that, I know it intuitively.
新しいアイディアの蒸気焼酎か。
そうとや。
Shit.
そうとや。なんで
Literally only one syllable. I gotta replay it. Ooh. I don't know if the mic picked that up. Liquor. That single word passes my tongue and nose and goes directly into my head.
酒と米。米の酒だな。
It's rice shochu. Of course, that's what it is. It's so obvious that I can't express how good it is. The faint sweetness and fragrance of rice, in addition to this rustic richness.
なあ、土だな。
Actual dirt was included in the recipe. It's the flavor of earth. but it's different from just plain dirt. It's a rich sort of warmth. Oh, she got the fancy dirt from rich people's house.
球磨川の水とお人用の土とそれがぎゅーっと詰まってる。
I'm lacking in vocabulary, but it all seems extraneous. The more I drink, the more it feels like my tongue is washed. All that's left is a single drop.
うまい。
そんならよかった。
Makoto smiles out of relief. Feeling relaxed from that, my tongue seems to remember how to speak.
これは温度管理だけでこれほど。
米とロカとも変えたとよ。
米を変えてしまったのか。
ああ、米の種類はそのまんま。熊さんの米ば使って、けど精米ば専用に。
Interesting.
ああ、そうか、玄米か。
Plain yet powerful. The flavor is unrefined, but its power remains, and that's how you get that earthy taste too.
SL から感じさせてもらったけん。
You got that new coal smell.
わかる気がする。
It's primitive, but also has the complexity of a mixture of simple ingredients, powerful, rustic, and beautiful. Oh? That may have been a better gulp. Ooh. No. This flavor and the steam locomotive, the images perfectly match inside my head.
これこそまさしく蒸気焼酎の名にふさわしい。
It's like I'm tasting the train.
根素朴さを生かしたかけん。ロカも無ロカにしてみたと。
大正解だと僕は思う。これは雑味ではなく風味だ。
Filtering in brewing liquor is done to take out the excess alcohol that comes from the fermenting of the mash. That in itself has flavor, so the taste changes depending on how much you take out.
温度管理が絶妙にはまったのだな。豊かであるのに綺麗な味だ。
86ちゃん、分析力と作業精度がすごかけん。ちょっと真似できん域まで突き詰めてくれたとよ。
突き詰めたか。
That's true. If you add or take away any part of this, the flavor will be ruined.
精髄だな。
Essence.
あ、
人とレールロードとの火と水との力で生成した。これこそまさに蒸気の精髄たるひとしずくだ。
You. It is you've become so pretentious by just adding the word essence.
ひとしずく。蒸気焼酎。精髄。ひとしずく。
ああ。
It's now we now have a name, a fitting name for it. A fucking name that I don't want to pronounce. I mean, it's not that hard, but like, it's the syllables, alright? Too many. It isn't a manufactured name, but one that this shochu gave itself.
祝杯をあげたい気分だ。
いやね。
Don't make me say it. Another one. Makoto takes out another cup and pours into it.
乾杯。
乾杯。
Our glasses clink. I drink it all down and feel the burning summer wind of Ohitoyo pass through my throat.
で
The liquor lubricates my speech. Because I can feel that, I try to be precise when choosing my words.
この酒が理由の一つなら、他のは何だ？
ああ。
You heard me say something stupid. That's the kind of expression she's making.
ね。言うたら、そうね。お姉ちゃんやけん。
Yeah?
お姉ちゃんだから？
そう、
She empties her cup. Makoto holds her alcohol well, so this is probably like water to her. But it feels like she's forcing herself to get drunk.
お姉ちゃんはお姉ちゃんやけん。妹の欲しがっとるもの横取りしたらいけんでしょ。
Don't say it like that.
ああ、そういうものなのかな。
The big sister I know is Makoto, and her alone. And Makoto certainly does yield a lot to Hibiki and me.
そぎゃんとよ。そうちゃんだってわかるでしょ。お兄ちゃんやし。
僕か。僕は、それほどには譲らなかったぞ。
え？
I may have yielded a lot to Hibiki. It could be out of reservations due to me being her big brother and being adopted, but the Michiko.
どうでもいいものは譲ったが、本当に欲しいものなら、たとえ泣かれても譲らなかった。それでも、喧嘩にはならなかったな。それが僕には必要なのだと、やがて分かってもらえて。
I thought it was because Michiko and I were twins, but I quickly denied that in my head. Whether it be with Hibiki or Hachiroku, because that's sincerely how I feel, I thought they'd understand.
お姉ちゃんが欲しがってよかと？
I mean, it depends on what you want to.
当然だろう。枕姉とて、枕姉である以前に、右田枕という一人の人間なのだから。
一人の人間。
The woman.
人間も、レールロードも、意志を持つ者には必ず、望みを持ち、叶える権利があると、僕は信じる。
I mean, like, if it's awkward to call yourself the big sister in bed, you don't have to. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it'd be hot. I mean, otherwise, I'd lose the meaning to live. Without desire, you cannot make anything a reality.
ほんなら。
Makoto comes closer. She's too close. Not that it matters or anything, but I can't help but get nervous.
そうちゃんも欲しがってよかとよね。
僕が、か。
Maybe that may be, but ever since I lost Michiko, I never quite desired anything.
ねえ、そうちゃんは何ば欲しかと？
You? I mean...
僕は。
I'm confused by her question. I can't quickly answer that. There's nothing I want. There is something I desire deep down, but I feel like I'm afraid to face it.
わからないかな。
よね。わからんとよね。
A sigh of relief. Makoto turns around and makes a long, tired sigh.
ずーっと我慢ばしとるもんね。欲しがってよかって言われても戸惑うとよね。
ああ。うん。そうだな。まさしくそうだ。
I was never forbidden from wanting something, but being left behind, I felt I didn't deserve it. Thus, I lived so that I didn't desire anything.
でも、そうね。本当に欲しかもんなら欲しがって当然よかとよね。
うん。
The words that I thought I said to Makoto bounced back to me. Ah, it's like a reflection. The chief brewer of Mikita and an accidental survivor. You say that like you're the only survivor. God damn it. Look, I already talked about it in Paulette's route. Alright, I'm not going to say it again. The role, or should I say function. I've always filled that role. At least until now. So I haven't known what else to do.
僕だけではないのだな。
何がと？
なんというか、自分が例外だというか、自分にだけは許されるものと思い込んでしまってたのが。
ああ、あるかもね。そういうの。
A completely relaxed nod. It seems to soothe my soul.
うん。あるよな。
Back then, I couldn't even stand if I wasn't being held up with chains. But now, I can go on even without the chains. Makoda and I aren't alone anymore. My narrowed vision widens. When I regain it, I realize something quite simple.
あった。望みが。欲しいものが。
Don't say you.
何なんね。
What is he gonna say?
グランプリだ。最優秀賞だ。ISC の。
Okay.
うん、そうね。そうよね。
お人よのためでも、右田のためでもなく、僕個人が単純に勝ちたい。この酒で。
うん。勝ちたかね。みんなで一緒に勝ちたかね。
She nods and we face each other. We nod to each other again and laugh.
そしたら次も、もっとずーっと欲しかったもんも、きっと手に入れてみせるけん。
This time I pour liquor into the empty cup. I pour liquor into the full cup and it spills all over the ground. We have another toast as if it's the right thing to do.
ISC のグランプリを願って。
本当に欲しかもんだけは、きっと手にできるように、願って。
乾杯。
MP. I down it immediately. The third drink of Hito Shizuku fills my stomach and feels more refreshing than perhaps any liquor I've ever had before. It's coming to an end soon, right? I don't think the next chapter is going to be as long as the last two, right? It does make sense that they're going to another chapter, right, instead of just transitioning.
かけーん。
I guess there will be more to this I guess there will be more to the route then. I can't think of anything else. I can't think of anything, even if I stay in my room. But I came to the living room, but nothing changed. I can't think of any ideas on what to draw.
せっかく、また任せてもらえたっけ。
They let me design the new Steam Shochu label. That means they trust me. I should be happy about it, but the more I think about it, my mind just goes blank.
描けんとは、ラベルデザインか。
I don't want him to see the floor, so I jump up. See me on the floor, so I jump up. But Nini looks worried for me. Did I look that terrible? That's kind of embarrassing.
多分ちょっと考えすぎちゃっとるだけやけん。
Artist block.
思うところが何かあるのか。
I realize that now that he mentions it, we've lived apart for years, but Nini is still Nini. He's watched over me at my worst.
あると、思うところば多すぎて、頭がぐちゃぐちゃしよるんよ。
First is, of course, Nini. Nini and Nene have been talking cheerfully at the brewery in the middle of the night.
僕でよければ話を聞くぞ。話せば思考を整頓できる。
They've been sneaking away into the brewery at the middle of the night and been giggling the whole night, and been giggling to each other all night long.
ニーに頭よかけんね。そいで解決するだろうけど、私は頭悪かけん。きっと余計にぐちゃぐちゃしよると。
そんなことはないし、そんなことはない。
I burst out laughing. He says weird things with a straight face. Yet Nini has this blank look on his face. He really looks confused.
何が面白かったのだ？
ニーニ、同じ言葉2回言うけ。
いや、それぞれに一度ずつだぞ。前者と後者と。
前者と後者？
He's explaining it, but I don't actually know what he means.
まず、整頓できることと解決できることとは別だ。次に、響の頭は悪くない。
ああ。
Before I can remember, Nini answers. Or is it? If organizing and solving are different.
ニーニにも抱えとるような悩みってあると？
あるぞ。当然のことだろ
当然かな。ニーニって何でも即断即決即解決の人やでしょ？
そんな化け物のはずもあるまい。僕とて一人の人間だ。
Nini changed. I feel my skin and heart rustle. Nini, also Nini. Nini used to be the kind that kept his true self hidden.
悩んどるのってどきゃんこと？
あ、そう大したことでは。
ニーニが言うたよ。話せば整頓ばできるって。
聞きたいのなら聞かせるが、特に面白い話でもないぞ。
Nini makes a weak smile while he talks. He talks about everything. He talked to Nene about during their late night conversation, except for the parts where they... Never mind.
ふん。ねえねえに避けられとったと？
That's because she wants some dick. I mean...
うん。それで僕は避けられていた理由を聞いた。一つはそれ。ひとしずくの制作だと言っていた。
ああ、うん。仕上がり近かとき、ねえねえ、ピリピリしよるけんね。
Her eyes get super mean when it's really bad. I kind of understand why she doesn't want to show that to Nini.
それと、もう一つ理由があると聞かせてもらって。その時は僕も酔ってた気分で、なんとなく受け答えたが。
Her other reason is because she likes Sotetsu and doesn't and doesn't want to take him away from Hibiki.
うん。
I know, that's what I thought.
落ち着いて考えると、よく意味がわからん気がして。それで、まあ、悩んでいるというか、考え込んでいる。
ねえねえ、何倍言いよったと？
妹の欲しがるものを横取りできないと。
Yeah, and that's and that's where the implication comes from. In the something she in the something being Sotetsu. What I want, and she's avoiding Nini. Then Nene also, but she never even hinted at it. Yeah, she's good at hiding it though. Not even once. It just seems so unnatural. It's impossible. Even if she had gotten a bit nervous, Nene could hide it easily with her mature mannerisms. But if I think of it that way, there's only one answer.
しかし僕には、果たして何を枕姉が欲しがってるのか、響からの横取りになると考えているのかが。
See, this is not the... See, this is a good... This is, This is not a case of dense character syndrome like it has been in the other routes, right? Because at least in this one, Makoto is good at hiding her feelings towards Sotetsu. And he hasn't been around Hibiki enough to notice any of her feelings towards him as well.
それを知ったら。
Deep in the back of my mind, I whisper to myself to leave it alone. If I leave it alone, you still have a chance. might be able to make up for lost time.
それが何なのか分かったら、兄さんはどうするつもりなんですか？
I couldn't help but ask. I probably already know the answer. If it may end up hurting me, I just have to ask.
無論、枕姉の願いを叶えるべく手伝いたい。
どうして無論なんですか？
僕は右田の養子で枕姉に守ってもらった恩がある。それを返すのはごく当然のことだろ
う。Debt, duty, be useful. That's what Nini always says. But that's not all anymore. Even if Nini didn't realize it himself.
だったら私も右田響も右田の娘で、少しは何かで兄さんの役にとか立ちましたよね。
少しどころか大いにだ。機関女子としてはもちろんお人よのことを教えてもくれたし助かってるさ。
なら
I wanted him to have eyes only for me, so I don't say Nene's name.
私の願いも兄さんは叶えてくれますか？
無論だ。僕にできることなら。
Oh, this hurts, man. I feel sad that he doesn't realize even after telling him this much. When I think about it some more, it makes me even sadder. Nissan seems to be unable to think that others can love him. I wish I were the one who could help him remember that. Even if I can't do that, I want to declare my love in a more dramatic way.
それは大丈夫。兄さんになら叶えられる。兄さんにしか叶えられない願いです。
I've wished for this ever since we first talked. That also means that Nene has been bottling it up and hiding it all these years. Okay, maybe not that long.
兄さん、私は。
But I have to say this. My inner voice tells me to stop. Then I'll get hurt. That it will hurt Nissan.
あなたが好きです。家族としてってだけじゃなく、女として恋人になりたいっていう意味で好きです。
Look, I knew Hibiki liked Sotetsu, like before the routes, right? But at least in fucking Paulette and Hachidoku's route, we didn't have this fucking moment where she realizes that fucking Hachidoku / Paulette likes Sotetsu, and then see, I knew it. Nini is surprised and troubled.
だから、私の願いは。
If I get teary, it'll just trouble him more. So I keep my tummy tight in an effort to hold back the tears.
兄さんと恋人同士にずっとなりたいって思ってて。
He's troubled. I didn't want to do this to him, but I'm honestly happy that it did trouble him. That it does trouble him. Because if he's feeling troubled, that also means he sees me as more than his adoptive sister.
だから、
すまん、響。
Fuck, man. My heart hurts. Mine too. I already knew this would be how it went, but it still makes me want to cry. This is bad.
謝らないでください、兄さん。
I'm forcing out a smile to cope. I feel pitiful for my weakness. I return to my safe zone position of his sister. I want to be cared for as a sister again.
私、兄さんに教えてあげたかっただけですから。
僕に何をだ？
兄さんは 人に好きになられる人だってことです。役に立つとか敵味方とか、そんなことなんて関係なしに。
あ
A long sigh. It all connects. That's the impression I get. The stealing part and my declaration of love. I thought Nissan finally understands. I think Nissan finally understands.
それだけわかれば大丈夫。きっとわかりますから。
Nini reaches out to me, but something seems to stop him midway.
横よ、撫でて。私、いい子の妹やけん。
Nini's hand, his big hand. He slowly pats me on the head.
ありがとうな、響。
どういたしまして。
I can't. If I let him see me cry, it'll burden Nini that much more.
私、こけそう。すごく、ちょっと、一人にしてくれる？
ああ。
Nini is walking away so easily. I did tell him to go, but I actually...
頑張りましたね。立派でしたよ、響。
Why are you having question marks? For a second, I think Nini's come back, but the hand that caresses me is too small.
すみません。立ち聞きするつもりはなかったのですが。よかよ。ここ今やもんね。
I'm relieved that it wasn't Nini, and yet at the same time I'm disappointed.
立派でした。とてもかっこよかったです。
Hachinoku knows. It doesn't matter if she's a rail lord. That's why I have to ask. It may be cruel though.
86はこれでよかったと。私は相鉄様の所有物ですから、相鉄様が幸せになられる道を望むのみです。ああ、そうよね。幸せになってほしかもんね。
Nini isn't the only one I love and hope is happy. I hated being compared and was sad when I wasn't recognized because I love and respect them.
背中ば誰かが押さんと、きっと二人とも幸せば我慢しちゃうもんね。
I don't want to cheat and then say I won. It'd be an insult to Nene.
立派でした、響。
I'm sure in 10 years, I can look back on this at this and say I did well. But right now, I don't need to be proud of it.
それでもやっぱり悲しかね。
It would have been better if I were the one by Nini's side, making him happy.
ネット中継くらいしてほしいですよね。すごく大きなイベントなんですし。
それだけ歴史と伝統を大事にしているということなのだろう。
I had intended for that to calm Paulette, but it seems to have made her even more worried. ISC is as traditional and conservative, so I'm worried if Japanese spirits will be well received.
まあ、やれるだけのことはやったけ。
Makoto speaks in a relaxed way. She looks at Hibiki softly.
ひーちゃんがデザインしてくれたラベルも、まっこと、ひとしずくにふさわしかものになったけん。
だな。
The shoulder label that goes around the bottle has 8620 running on some tracks. The bottle label the image of Kuma River and rice plants with steamed shochu essence. He tells Shizuku, Jesus Christ, oh, fuck, what a mouthful, written in black ink.
特に肩ラベルがいい。 つながっているという感じを受ける。
ならバッチリたい。そぎゃんと思ってデザインしたけ。
Yeah, she had that idea after she bawled her eyes out after you rejected her.
そうか。
After her telling me the important news, it was awkward for 2 or 3 days. But Hibiki is now back to her usual self.
お前にはいつも本当に助けられるな。感謝している。
やだ、水草かとよ、ニーニー。私とニーニーの仲やけ。
うん。
The daughter of Mikita and the adoptive son. We were given this relationship and maintained it. Hibiki took the initiative to try to change it. I should be more like Hibiki. I reflected on my own feelings, and I think that I have organized it somewhat. I've kept quiet about it so that it doesn't interfere with the exhibit to ISC. Today is the day. No matter what the result, I will tell her in front of everyone. Members and invitees are the only ones who can enter the contest hall. My adoptive father is heading there now. What? He's still alive? He hasn't showed up at all in this fucking game. I thought he was dead or something. He is a well-established liquor wholesaler. Said a thief to catch a thief, they say.
なかなか結果出ませんね。
Who the fuck is they, though? I've never heard that saying. Paulette is the least involved with the brewing. Perhaps because of that, though, she's the most restless. Yeah, but like, Raina is even less involved.
来たばーい。待ちくたびれたばーい。携帯、充電切れてたりとか。
Restlessness infected Nagi and Fukami. I check my cell and nod to Makoto slowly to say it's fine.
皆様、レーナを見習うと良いですよ。え？あ
What? She looks like she's sleeping. She is sleeping. Yeah, you should be more like Raina and fucking go to sleep. Raina's sleeping on Paulette's lap.
なるほど。家宝は寝て待て。あ
Makoto's cell phone rings. While everyone freezes up, I hear a slow and relaxed voice.
はい、もしもし。あ、うん。結果ば出たと？
She talks while nodding.
きっと優勝ば、ダメだよ、ナギちゃん。静かに聞かなきゃ。うん。うん。ああ。うん。うん、わかったと。え？あ、うん。教えてよかよ。
Yuki's expression darkens, and so does Nagi's. I get the same ominous feeling. I think Nagi's expression is darkening because she's getting choked out by Fukami. The way she talks is in a tone that carries good news.
わかった。気ぃつけて戻ってね。あ、せっかくやけんお土産に。あ、うん。はーい。お願いします。
どうだった枕ね。
Zero.
8位。入賞はしたって。
Never mind. Eighth
8位
place.
入賞か。
Talk about landing smack dab in the middle. How many placements are there? 16? Then again, it's better than being out of selection. Fukami's arm drops weakly in the next instant. Nagi takes a deep breath.
残念。優勝馬でけんかったとか。
It's because they're all Americans, you know. They don't understand the complexities of Japanese shochu.
だけどナギちゃん、世界8位ってことだし、すごいし。そぎゃんと言われ
not to.
I don't know whether to celebrate or be mired with regret. While I'm still confused, the cell phone rings again. I put my index finger on my lips and Nagin Fukami go quiet.
はい、もしもし。右対。Yes. Here is the glory of ひとしずく。
We are the brewery of Hitoshizuku.
ということは、まさか。
Brand is still sleeping though.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for your inquiry. Bye.
Thank you for your inquiry.
注文か？
英国のプレジデンツ・ファインリカーさんって、最低注文は何本からか問い合わせ。
British.
輸出か。僕は全く未経験だが、浅野酒造さんが確か米国に出荷してるよな。
いやね、詳しいこと聞いとけばよかったね。
あ、
はい、もしもし、右対。Wait. 待って。Please.
Wait.
どうした枕ね。
坊ちゃん、ちょこっとお願いできる？フランク語か。でなけりゃ諦めるしかなか言葉やけん。あ、はい。じゃあ変わってみます。ね、に、これ見て、これ。
Hibiki pulls out my sleeve.
なんで？もう、なぎちゃん、割り込みしたらダメだよ。
いや、カモン。みんなで見よ
Hibiki points at the screen of a tablet for a list of past ISC awarded liquors. I had to shut it out. I'd shut it out so that I didn't have any preconceived notions.
う。これは。
深見ちゃん、兄さん、どぎゃんして呆れたような顔しとうと？だって、これ、すごく偏ってるから。英国、フランク、独国、乱国、イスパニア。
España? Bro. Okay, you've got England, Germany, Netherlands, and then you got fucking France and Spain. Just say fucking France and Spain.
見事に欧州。それも西部欧州ばかりだな。
その、ISC で評価ばするお酒、そこと日の本でしか作られとらんの？
See, this isn't even like a Japanese thing, right? Because if it was, Germany would be fucking Deutschland or whatever.
いや、まさか、西部欧州以外でも、ウォッカ、テキーラ、ラム、ジン、うまい蒸留酒はいくらでもある。
でしたら、差別のような何かが？
Discrimination. Yeah, we already established this like at the start when we first talked about the ISC. When you started saying that they compare that they put every fucking liquor on a list and compare each one to other liquors. It is like fucking how do I describe this? It is like in Genshin, every character serves a different role, and putting them all on a tier list, just ranking them from S to F, right, would be a disservice to the role that character plays.
それもありえん。酒はすべて同じグラスに注がれた状態。つまり、完全に周辺情報を遮断されて審査されるから。
Right, like you can't have Farina Nahida riding all in S tier, right, without explaining why. Because if you're going off of DPS, Farina and Nahida would fall off the face of the earth and would be in fucking like C tier or whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. Either way, every liquor serves a different purpose and can't be compared to each other.
あら、ニーニー、これって、ひとしずくの8って。
うん。
The phone won't stop ringing. Makoto told my adoptive father it was alright to tell him her phone number.
つまりこれは、かなり、すごい。偉業と言うべきことかもしれん。
うわ
お疲れ様、枕ね。
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's the CG. For free? I can't believe we're getting feet as well. When I call out to her, Makoto finally turns off her cell phone. She stretches and takes a deep breath.
携帯ば教えていいなんて言わんと、最初から父さんに丸投げしとけばよかった。
まあ、それはそうだな。
My adoptive father married into the Mikita family. His skill as a liquor wholesaler is first rate.
それはそうだが、父さんも僕らに伝えたかったのだろ
ああ。
Eighth place in ISC, the first award outside of Western Europe. How amazing that it can be proven by the unending phone calls.
まあ、そう考えると嬉しかね。
そう考えても、やはり悔しさも強いのか。
当然よ。優勝しか狙っとらんかったけんね。
You would have gotten it too if it wasn't for those meddling biases. Marketer never changes. If you're going to do something, aim to be the best at it. It's easy to say that, but how many people actually follow through on that ideology?
ありゃ、みんなは？
帰った。ナビにも送らせた。
Yeah, and Hibiki has set this up so that Makoto and Sotetsu could be alone with each other.
ありゃありゃ。まあ、時間も時間やもんね。
The clock shows it's 3 in the morning. Oh. The time difference is 8 hours, so it's 7 at night in England right now.
携帯を切って正解だったな。あのままでは、きっと寝かせてももらえなくなる。
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, England is GMT plus is UTC plus 1, and Japan is UTC plus 9, so it is an 8-hour difference. I thought it'd be like 9 because the fucking GMT is based off of a city is based off of a town in Great Britain. Right? That's how time zones have been measured. And Japan is around around GMT plus 9. So yeah, but I guess England is just slightly to the right of that, of Greenwich.
優勝したら、徹夜で祝杯も大歓迎やったとけどね。
I don't remember if Greenwich is a town in Britain. It just sounds British. It may be part of of Britain. While saying that, she opens a bottle. The smell of liquor, the smell of rice. Makoto takes out a plain-looking glass.
8位入賞の祝杯だったら、コップ一杯くらいがよかかね。
うん、いいな。
I nod, and I'm handed a cup. Hito Shizuku is poured in.
が、枕ね。少しだけ祝杯を待ってほしい。酒が入ったら、話せぬ話をしたいんだ。
ん？
She gives me a blank look. In that instant, my head starts spinning. The timing of this may be lacking common sense. I don't know. Though seeing as I have no experience, it's something that can be studied, so here it goes.
大事な話なんだ。つまり、 僕は枕姉を好きだという。
Oh, he's just outright saying it. He isn't even trying to set it up or anything. He's just being like, I love you, bitch. I'm never gonna stop loving you, bitch. Makoto turns bright red, all the way down to her fingertips, almost as if she had just chugged down a drink that's 90% alcohol. You would die if I don't think she'd be turning red. I think she'd be turning dead. Wait, I made a mistake in the order. I made a mistake, but I can't go back now.
好きというのは異性としてそばにいたいという好きだ。なぜそう思うようになったかというと、気づいたからだ。
気づいた？
I wish the feet were back. I mean, her eyes ask me what I realized. As if she were already drunk, her large eyes are teary and wavering.
響が僕に恋愛の恋心の告白をしてくれた。その時、響は問うてきた。右だと言うなら、自分も同じじゃないのか、と。
何が右だと？
右だが、恩が理由であるなら、枕姉だけじゃなく自分も、願いを叶えてほしいと。それで僕は疑問に思った。なぜ僕は枕姉にだけ頼らずいようと思っていたかを。
If the reason is because I'm Mikita, I wouldn't have depended on Hibiki either. Happy forgive your foe and beach day. So forgive the pricks in your life and go chill at the beach, as I will most likely continue my Elden Ring push-up challenge. Okay, well, you know, you need to forgive... you need to remember to forgive Melania when we... But only Makoto. I always felt I always felt that she was the exception. You do. Listen, it's forgive your foe day, alright? So you need to forgive... I forgot the names of the other bosses in Elden Ring. Listen, I haven't played it. Fucking, Dark Souls 1 Gwyn. Not that far yet. Well, you know.
それで気づいた。義理だの恩だの関係なしに。僕は枕姉に僕を認めてもらいたいんだ。
Only 11 deaths, 110 push-ups? Oh my god. 10 push-ups a death is the... You're gonna die before you beat the game, bro. I'm gonna triple that today. Jesus. In the past, but now. Not in the past, but now.
できる男と思われたいし、かっこいいと感じてほしい。だから僕は、枕姉には頼っちゃダメだと思ってた。
それって、
多分、異性への憧れ程度なのだと思う。他に何かが起きていたなら、消し飛んでしまう程度の。
ああ。
She sounds disappointed, but that makes my heart spring up. I want to see her smile, so I continue on.
だが、消し飛びはしなかった。ところが、種となり、大きく育った。
I suddenly have a strong desire to drink. After all, this is embarrassing and awkward. It's suffocating. It does feel a bit claustrophobic considering you've zoomed in so much. But I have to do this sober. I have to say this sober, or else it'll distort my feelings.
一緒に酒を作っていて、たくさん話して、強く感じた。僕は枕姉のことをもっと知りたい。近くに行きたい。
She nods, but does nothing else. I feel like that's her way of validating me, so I take a step forward. I came so close that if our hearts could touch, they would. Makoto looks up at me.
僕の前では、どんな我慢もしてほしくない。僕は、 枕姉が大好きだから、甘やかしたい。
ね。そうちゃん。
She looks hard pressed for something, not to mention her voice sounds reluctant. I feel like all the blood's rushed to my feet.
恋愛とか、今まで全然したことないから、きっとうちめんどくさくてややこしかとよ。
そんなことなら僕も同じだ。面倒でややこしくても、僕は枕姉と恋をしたい。
A small nod. Makota's lips move without a sound.
枕姉、僕は枕姉に僕の恋人になってほしいと望んでいる。
うち、私、
Her throat moves. I hear her swallowing. She's shaking, ever so slightly, but she doesn't take her eyes off me for a second. She's not looking at you right now.
そうちゃんのこと大好きやけん、恋人にずっとしてほしく。やったば
But I tell you, fucking Hibiki was.
ーい、なぎちゃん
Hibiki just sent everyone away to hide in the fucking closet or whatever. In the other room. They all fall in. Nagi, Fukami, Hachiroku, Hibiki, Paulette, and even Reina, who's still sleeping.
私は皆を止めようとしたのでございますよ。
Hachiroku was in on it too, of course she was.
止めるふりして一番熱心に見てたばい。私も帰ろうってして、でもナビさんが見逃すと損ですよって言って、それで。
Navi was in on it too.
ナビが？ああ、そうか。僕はおそらく分かりやすい類の人間なのだな。
Nods all around. Everyone except Reina does so quietly.
平気よ、そうちゃん。そういうとこもみんなまとめて好きやけん。
What do you mean by that?
おー！
ならば、よかった。
I was a bit surprised, but it saved me the trouble of telling everyone. Oh, and
せっかくだ。祝杯を共に願えるか。
はい、喜んで。ISC と恋のお話とダブルの祝杯ですね。
and to love.
宗哲様、おめでとうございます。ねえねえ、ニーニもおめでとう。
Hibiki's still a bit jealous though.
へへ、お祝い事なんですね。おめでとうです。ラムネード小バエ、うちたちお酒ばまだ飲めんばい。私、お手伝いします。
See, I can't use the excuse that, but they're 18 years old. They're of course they're adults, but like the legal drinking age is 20. So the older ones drink Hitoshizuku, while the students drink steam ramune. Why? That does not sound appetizing. We all fill our glasses to the brim.
86は真水。レイナは経由で間違いないな。
Makoto isn't even holding her cup.
ああ、そうちゃん。違くて、そのね。
ん？
She whispers into my ear. I begin to feel drunk, noticing that it hits my ears first. If that's what Makoto wants, then of course I'll grant it.
それでは、ひとしずくの ISC8 位入賞と、僕と枕姉との恋愛成就とを祝って、乾杯！
She doesn't want alcohol anymore. She wants something else. Something. Come. She wants come.
乾杯！
Huge call out for the toast, glasses clinking with each other. Amidst it, I put the cup immediately to my lips.
まさか何が起きるんですか？
I want to drink in celebration with Makoda. I knew he was going to do that. With our lips touching each other, I slowly drink it down. What a first kiss.
枕ね、いるか？
おるとよ。
She answers right after I ask, but I don't physically see her first.
なんとまあ、醸造タンクの中にいたのか。
新しか子にタンクの清掃場教えとったけ。
なるほどな。
Newcomers start with cleaning. This hard rule applies even to rail lords.
ところで、なんと？
I mean, like, isn't it similar in like a restaurant? With chefs starting off as waiters and waitresses. Normally.
ああ、そうだった。ポーレットからの連絡なのだが。
焼酎列車、また参加者が増えてくれたと？
なあ、佐賀県は唐津鉄道と後部酒造さんのコンビだ。
ああ、一回シリーズの後部さん。って、佐賀県言うたら。
Makoto starts folding her fingers to count. After folding all of her fingers in one hand, 1, 2.
そう、7件目の参加だ。これで九州全県に焼酎列車が走ることになる。
わあ。
A sigh of admiration, Makoto's tone shows that.
すごかよね。ほんまこつ。九州ぐるり。焼酎列車で巡れる日も近かとかもね。
ポーレットはそのつもりのようだ。まずは仙台までを伏線させると。
ああ、エアクラさんが出資かなんかしおると？
As usual, her speculations on point. With Hito Shizuku becoming famous overnight, that even caused the aircraft company to change their decision.
新工場は仙台で確定したという話だ。結果としては三方一両得となったのではなかろうか。
She nods numerous times in agreement, then lets out another long sigh.
すごかとね。物事は動くときには一気にクワンって動きよるね。
本当にだな。ということでポーレットからさらなる話を預かってきている。
Resumes. Perhaps resumes, right? That it's not resumes. Even though both are spelled the same, it's probably resumes. And perhaps calling it histories is more accurate. When I hand over a thick stack of papers, Makoto's eyes widen.
これ、青か目の外国のレールロードと？
Makoto, you have blue eyes too. Wait.
うん。研修をさせてほしいとの希望が殺到している。特に英国のレールロードが多いそうだぞ。
英国の？
何せ鉄道とレールロードの発祥の地だ。大敗戦後楽隠居をしていたレールロードも多いらしい。
はあ。
まずはテストケースとして1体枕姉が好きに選んで構わんそうだ。
好きに言うても。
She flips through the paperwork. After a while, Makoto gives up.
選べんよ。わからんもん。そうちゃんとぽーちゃんのおすすめは？
僕もわからん。が、ポーレット86レイナは F スコッティというレールロードをしていた。
F. Scotty. Yep.
やったら、その子で。受け入れ体制のことやなんやら、先様と相談せんとね。
手配しておこう。ひとまずはこんなところかな。 おっと。
Makoto falls into my arms. Considering how busy she is, that's to be expected. I don't want the other brewery workers to see, but I stroke the back of her head.
変わるか？掃除番の仕事であれば、僕にも教えられる。
平気。新しか流れば、落ち着くまでの苦労やし。
新しい流れか。
Things are changing. A powerful flow much stronger than I imagined.
文字通りに精髄だったのだな。ただのひとしずくが、これほど大きな流れとなるとは。
ドギャンと大きな流れも。言うたら、ひとしずくひとしずくの集まりやけん。
ああ。
I do understand that. I'm one of those drops, and so is Makoto. As a Hachiroku, Hibiki, Paulette, Rana, Nagi, and Fukami, a lot of different emotions and people were the drops that created this flow.
流れからきっと、またいくつものひとしずくが分かれ、それがまた、さらなる流れを生み出していく。
Railways and liquor brewing are the same. That's how things can change.
ねえ、そうちゃん。
A glancing kiss. Her heated lips go straight to my ear. What?
うちらも作ろう。二人だけの新しか流れ。
What do you mean by that, Makoto? I welcome it. It is inevitable. But it's still daytime, and we're in the brewery. I can't grant Makoto's wishes immediately. Bro, don't tell me they're talking about making fucking... Not... I kiss her as my answer to her. She gets my message. I receive it too. Our emotions, our warmth, the emotion of love is distilled.
よし。
And we each become a new drop to pass down to a new life. Bro, they are talking about fucking baby making. Maitetsu is gonna knock her up tonight. You know, I'm glad that that there's a unique ending for Makoto's route. And well, there you go. It was longer than I expected, but I enjoyed it. Hey. Paulette's route. Makoto's route was good. You know, it wasn't the best, of course. It wasn't, you know, it's not as good as one of the longer routes, right? But it wasn't bad, at least. But what it did do was it changed my my rankings a bit, you know. Unfortunately, it did what I thought it would do, and it changed my rankings around a bit. So there you go. Once again, showing this on the worst background because it's fucking white text on white. Look, at least there's a black border around it, so the black outline, so you can still see it. But Margaret is fourth now. Sorry, Reina, you're gonna have to wait until her route to see if the ranking changes. But yeah, and we can hide that now. Imagine using a character chatbot and knocking her up so much that your essence goes into her tubes. Huh? Fucking what? Dexter, I think you need to calm down on your chatbots. Alright? You just said the most nonsensical shit ever fucking perceived, ever fucking imagined. Anyway, enough about Dexter's ramblings. It was a good route. I hated that we had to go through we had to go through the Hibiki loving Sotetsu arc and then him fucking rejecting her, man. Why did he have to do, man? I get that it's fucking Makoto's route, but like, why did he have to do it, man? He could have had both of them. I heard something in hentai about overflowing the womb and into her tubes. Isn't that a thing? No, that's not a thing. Even if it is, it's not gonna impregnate it's not impregnate a woman. The eggs need to travel through the fallopian tubes into the womb first to allow for fucking impregnation. Kinda. Okay. You know, I'm not qualified to speak on it, but why the fuck are you taking... Why are you taking information from hentai and applying it to real life? What if the essence goes into the tubes and into the eggs directly? Well, first of all, it's not going to go into multiple eggs. It's very complicated. Alright. Newsflash, Dexter. You can't impregnate a girl just by coming in her a lot, alright? You need to wait for her menstruation cycle. Who would have guessed? And this is all going into the fucking... This is all going into the episode because this was... We're talking about this during the fucking credits. Fuck you. Holy... I didn't expect to get a new background so soon. But I guess, you know, side character routes, they only took one stream. It was good. I'm glad that it wasn't too short, right? It was short, of course, but it wasn't too short, so that we got more development between Makoto and Sotetsu. But, yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, follow would be appreciated. If you want to support me even further, you could always subscribe on the on YouTube and Twitch. What are you talking about, Dexter? So what if the essence goes through the tubes? I meant the semen itself, the gooey part into the over. Like, what happens if you inject someone's semen directly into the organ and that keeps the eggs? I'm not gonna answer that. That's disgusting. But, anyway. Next time, with YouTube, we'll be starting off in, Kisaki's route. That might also take another, one stream, but I might have to split it up into 2 episodes, like I think I will with this one. I don't know yet. But, either way, I hope you enjoyed, and for the stream, I'm not streaming tomorrow, but next time I'll be streaming Amazing Grace. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I will see you guys next time. Why would I know what the best brand for laptop screen wipes is? Dexter, you can look that up yourself. I barely use laptop screen wipes. Anyway. Bye-bye.